Hello students, let us continue chapter 11 Algebra. The next topic we are going to discuss is use of variables in common rules. So under this topic we will see how certain common rules in mathematics which we have already discussed before are expressed using variables. We already know the meaning of the word variable. The word variable means something that can vary, that is change. So the value of a variable is not fixed, it can take different values. So this is something we have already discussed. So are some rules of geometry, but we are going to discuss them after we have learned using variables. So we are going to express certain rules of geometry using variables. So firstly, let us discuss about the perimeter of a square. We already learnt about perimeter of a square and perimeter of a rectangle in the previous chapter, that is chapter 10, mensuration. We know that when we need to find the perimeter of any polygon, that is a closed figure made up of 3 or more line segments, that is known as a polygon. So if we need to find the perimeter of any polygon, we will simply find the sum of the length of its sides. So they are equal to the perimeter. So for finding the perimeter of a square, what we are going to do is sum of the length of the sides of the square. Now we know that a square has 4 sides and all the 4 sides are equal in length. That is, अगर स्क्वायर का एक साइड अगर 2 सेंटीमीटर का है तो जो रिमेनिंग 3 साइड्स है वो तीनों ही 2 सेंटीमीटर्स के होंगे. So what we are going to do is we will simply add the length 4 times. So here the perimeter of a square is equal to 4 times the length of the square. Now what if the length of one side of a square is L? That's right, the variable L. So यहाँ पर L जो है वो लेंथ है कोई भी एक साइड का. तो यहाँ पर for finding the perimeter we will simply multiply L with 4. So here we can say that the perimeter of a square is equal to 4L. That is, the perimeter of a square having one side's length is equal to L is equal to 4L. So we get the rule for the perimeter of a square using the variable L. So using this we have written the general rule. That is, अगर यहाँ पर L is equal to 4 है, then we can simply substitute this value in this general rule and we can find the perimeter of a square whose one side is of 4 centimeter, which will be equal to 4 multiplied by 4, which is equal to 16 centimeter. So in this way, the use of the variable L allows us to write the general rule in a way that is concise and easy to remember. If we use the variable P to represent perimeter, then for the perimeter of a square having side L, we can write P is equal to 4L. Here P stands for perimeter and L is the length of any one side of the square. Next, let us discuss perimeter of a rectangle. Now in this case, we know that the rectangle has 4 sides, but are all the 4 sides of equal length? The answer is no. Here in rectangle, opposite sides are of equal length. So here, these are the 4 sides of the rectangle and we can say that AB is equal to DC, that is the length. Similarly, AD is equal to BC, which is the breadth. So here L denotes length, that is length is denoted by L. Similarly, breadth is denoted by B. So here in rectangle ABCD we are given the sides. Now what we are going to do is find the perimeter. Now here, since AB is equal to DC, this is also L, and AD is equal to BC, then this is also equal to B. So for finding the perimeter, what we are going to do is simply add all these, that is L plus B plus L plus B. So here we have L 2 times and so does B. B is also appearing 2 times. Then we can write this as 2 times L plus 2 times breadth. So once again, if we denote the perimeter of the rectangle by the variable p, the rule of the perimeter of a rectangle becomes p is equal to 2L plus 2B. Rules from arithmetic. Commutativity of addition of two numbers. Now we know that 4 plus 3 is equal to 7 and 3 plus 4 is also equal to 7. So that is 4 plus 3 is equal to 3 plus 4. Both are equal to 7. So we know that this is the commutativity of addition of two numbers, as we have seen this in the chapter of whole numbers. So what we are going to do is we will take two variables. Let A and B be two variables which can take any number value. यानी कि A कोई भी number हो सकता है. Similarly, B can also be any number. So here we can write this rule of arithmetic as A plus B is equal to B plus A. So once we write the rule in this way, all special cases are included in it. So if we take A is equal to 4 and B is equal to 3, then we get 4 plus 3 is equal to 3 plus 4. Also, if A is equal to 37 and B is equal to 73, then we get 37 plus 73 is equal to 73 plus 37 and so on. यानी कि यहाँ पर ये जो है we have the rule in general. So this was commutativity of addition of two numbers, and when we took two variables A and B which can take any number value. Commutativity of multiplication of two numbers. We have seen that 4 multiplied by 2 is equal to 2 multiplied by 4 in the chapter of whole numbers. That is, both these values are equal to 8. Similarly, 4 multiplied by 3 is equal to 3 multiplied by 4. This property is known as the commutativity of multiplication of numbers. Again, what we are going to do is we are going to use variables A and B as in the case of addition. So here we are going to express the commutativity of multiplication of two numbers as A multiplied by B is equal to B multiplied by A. यहाँ पर भी A और B के कोई भी values हो सकते हैं. So we can write 4 multiplied by 3 is equal to 3 multiplied by 4, or 37 multiplied by 73 is equal to 73 multiplied by 37, and so on. Distributivity of numbers. Suppose we are asked to calculate 7 multiplied by 38. Obviously, we don't know the table of 38. So what we are going to do is we will write 38 as 30 plus 8. And this can further be written as 7 multiplied by 30 plus 7 multiplied by 8. Now, the calculation is much simpler than before. So this property is known as the distributivity of numbers. So this is also called distributivity of multiplication over addition of numbers. So here also we are going to use variables. So by using variables, we can write this property of numbers also in a general and concise way, just like the previous arithmetic rules. So here we are going to take three variables A, B and C, and this can be taken as any number if we want. So here we have the rule in general. A multiplied by B plus C is equal to A multiplied by B plus A multiplied by C. So this is the distributivity of multiplication over addition of numbers in general using the variables A, B and C. Let us now begin exercise 11.2, question number 1. The side of an equilateral triangle is shown by L. Express the perimeter of the equilateral triangle using L. So in this question, we are given one side of an equilateral triangle which is shown by L. यानी कि अगर हमारे पास एक equilateral triangle है, what is the meaning of equilateral triangle? A triangle in which all the three sides have same length. So here, if one side is equal to L, then the remaining two sides will also be equal to L. So here we have an equilateral triangle. Let us name it ABC. So triangle ABC is an equilateral triangle. So we need to express the perimeter of the equilateral triangle using L. So what we are going to do is simply we are going to add all the three sides, that is AB plus BC plus AC. Then we will get the perimeter of this equilateral triangle. Since all these sides are equal to L, we can write this as L plus L plus L. That is, the perimeter of the equilateral triangle having one side as L will be equal to L plus L plus L, adding all the three sides. So this will be equal to 3 times L. So this is equal to 3L. Let ABC be an equilateral triangle whose each side is of length L. This we are given in the question. Perimeter of triangle ABC is equal to AB plus BC plus CA. That is the sum of length of each of its sides. Since each side is of length L, this is equal to L plus L plus L, which is equal to 3L. Therefore, perimeter of the equilateral triangle is 3L. In this way, you need to write the solution in your notebook. Question number 2. The side of a regular hexagon as shown in figure 11.10 is denoted by L. Express the perimeter of the hexagon using L. So now this question is similar to question number 1. We are given the side of a regular hexagon. We know that a hexagon is a polygon having 6 sides, and here regular hexagon means all those 6 sides are equal to each other. यानी कि अगर एक साइड L सेंटीमीटर का है तो सारे साइड्स जो है इस हेक्सागन के they will be equal to L centimeter. So here we are given this, we are shown this in figure 11.10. Again, what we are going to do is we need to express the perimeter, that is sum of all the 6 sides. Here we are given a hint. A regular hexagon has all its 6 sides equal in length. यानी कि यहाँ पर सारे साइड्स, जैसे कि मैंने बताया, अगर एक साइड L सेंटीमीटर का है तो बाकी के 5 sides will also have the measurement as L centimeter. So here we need to find the perimeter. For that we will add L 6 times. L plus L plus L plus L plus L. So here this will be equal to the perimeter of this hexagon. Adding this we will get 6 times L. So this is the perimeter of the hexagon having one side is equal to L. Now this is a regular hexagon. As you can see, question number 2 is similar to question number 1, and since we have already discussed this question, you need to write the solution of this question on your own and write it in your notebook. Question number 3. A cube is a three-dimensional figure as shown in figure 11.11. It has 6 faces and all of them are identical squares. The length of an edge of the cube is given by L. Find the formula for the total length of the edges of a cube. So in this question we are given a cube as it is shown in figure 11.11. It is a three-dimensional figure and it has 6 faces. Now what do we mean by this? 6 faces यानी कि you can compare this with that of a dice. You all must have seen a dice. So in one face it has 1, in the other face it has 2, in the next face it may have 4, and so on. यू हैव सीन अ डाइस. सो ऐसे डाइस में कितने नंबर्स आते हैं? 6. यानी कि कितने फेसेस हुए क्यूब के? 6 फेसेस हुए. यानी कि हर एक जो फ्लैट स्क्वायर है उसको हम एक फेस बोल सकते हैं. सो ऐसे हमारे पास 6 squares है and they are identical, that is they have the same measurement. Now we are given that the length of an edge of a cube is given by L. Now what is the meaning of edge of a cube? Here as you can see, this is one edge of this cube. So how many edges does this cube have? We can count it over here. It is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. So here the total number of edges of this cube is equal to 12 and each edge has the length L. So what are we asked to find in this question? We need to find the formula for the total length of the edges. 12 edges है और एक edge का length अगर L है तो total length क्या होगा? We need to add each edge's length. यानी कि we will add L plus L plus L so on till 12 times. So this will be equal to 12L. So the formula to find the total length will be equal to 12L, total length of the edges of a cube, having the length of an edge of a cube is equal to L. As we know, a cube has 6 identical faces which are squares. So it has 12 edges which are equal in length, just like we counted. The total length of the edges of the cube is equal to sum of the length of its 12 edges. So, if the length of each edge of the cube is L, then the total length of the edges will be equal to L plus L plus L. ऐसे कितनी बार? 12 times. So here I have written addition of L 12 times because there are 12 edges. So simply this will be equal to 12L. So the required formula for the total length of the edges of a cube is equal to 12L, where L is the length of an edge of the cube. Question number 4. The diameter of a circle is a line which joins 2 points on the circle and also passes through the center of the circle. In the adjoining figure, figure 11.12, AB is the diameter of the circle, C is its center. Express the diameter of the circle D in terms of its radius R. Here in this question, we are given that diameter of a circle is a line. एक line है which joins 2 points on the circle and also passes through the center of the circle. So here in figure 11.12, we are given a circle and C is the center of this circle and we are given that AB is the diameter. यानी कि 2 points है A and B which are on the circle. And this diameter is joining these 2 points and also at the same time it is passing through the center. What is the meaning of radius? Radius, it joins a point on a circle with the center of the circle. So here C is the center and P is any point on the circle. So CP is the radius of this circle. Similarly, CB and CA are also radius of this circle. So all three are radii of the same circle. So here we can say that the diameter AB can be written as AC plus CB because they are collinear points. So we need to express the diameter of a circle D in terms of its radius R. तो यहाँ पर डायमीटर के बदले D यूज़ करना है एंड रेडियस के बदले R यूज़ करना है और डायमीटर को एक्सप्रेस करना है इन टर्म्स ऑफ इट्स रेडियस. नाउ we know that if the radius of a given circle is 4 centimeter then its diameter will be 2 times the radius. So the diameter will be equal to 8 centimeter. यानी कि हमेशा जो डायमीटर है सर्कल का दैट इज इक्वल टू 2 multiplied by its radius. So whatever the radius of the circle may be, if it is 4 then diameter will be equal to 8, and if the radius is equal to 5 then the diameter will be equal to 2 multiplied by 5, that is 10. So we need to express the diameter of a circle, taken it as d and the variable r for the radius. Let us see the solution to understand this better. AB is a diameter of the circle with center C. This is given to us in the question. The diameter passes through the center C. Hence, AC and CB are two radii of the circle. So, just like I told you before, we have AC and CB as the radii of the same circle with center C. Here, AB is equal to AC plus CB. Hence, diameter is equal to radius plus radius. Given that diameter is equal to d and radius is equal to r, we have d is equal to r plus r. And we know that r plus r is equal to 2r. So, in this way, you need to write the solution in your notebook. Question number 5. To find the sum of three numbers 14, 27 and 13, we have two ways. A. We may first add 14 and 27 to get 41 and then add 13 to it to get the total sum 54. Or B. We may add 27 and 13 to get 40 and then add 14 to get the sum 54. Thus, 14 plus 27 plus 13 is equal to 14 plus 27 plus 13. This can be done for any three numbers. This property is known as the associativity of addition of numbers. Express this property, which we have already studied in the chapter on whole numbers, in a general way by using variables a, b and c. Now question number 5 is similar to the rules in arithmetic which we have discussed before. That is, we are going to find the general way of writing this rule, associativity of addition of numbers using the variables a, b and c. सो यहाँ पर हम लोगों को ऑलरेडी पता है कि ये जो है ट्रू है कोई भी थ्री नंबर्स के लिए. सो कंसिडर 14 टू बी ए, 27 टू बी बी एंड 13 टू बी सी. वी कैन राइट दिस एज ए प्लस बी, यानी कि ए और बी को हम पहले एक साथ ऐड कर लेंगे और बाद में इसमें सी ऐड करें. देन दिस इज इक्वल टू ए को अलग से ऐड करेंगे किसके साथ, बी और सी के सम के साथ. देन ऑल्सो these two are equal to each other. So in this way, by using the variables a, b and c, we can write the general way of associativity of addition of numbers. For the number 14, 27 and 13, the associative property of addition is 14 plus 27 plus 13 is equal to 14 plus 27 plus 13. In general, if A, B, C are three variables, then we will have the associative property as A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C. So in this way, you need to write the solution in your notebook.